Yo,
That Hotep Jesus dude.
Hotep.
oh man, um, I got a lot of emotions surrounding this protest. Couple reasons why I'm doing this stream tonight. Number one, I like to be consistent. I like to do what I say I was gonna do. I said I was gonna come with these late night videos. I didn't have to come tonight, but another reason why I came was I felt like this shit need to be documented because I know the mainstream media not gonna document it. I'm here because people want to hear from me, and I'm a servant to the people. And lastly, kind of emotional about this shit. So I figure if I come online, it'll help me deal with my emotions, allow me to vent. Usually I have presentations prepared and I know what I'm gonna say tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna talk about how I feel. I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted. I'm conflicted because, first of all, I don't believe in protest. Let's start there. I don't usually support protests. I especially didn't support it when it was Black Lives Matter. But then there's the other side. There's the other side of it. I got my logical mind and then I got my empathetic mind. And the same way I felt about Black Lives Matter protesters is the same way I feel about the Ottawa protesters. I see a bunch of people who feel pain, who feel done wrong by the state. Now, although I don't agree with protests, I do believe it's everybody's right to protest. My way of handling things doesn't have to be the only way. But I feel people's pain. I remember what it was like that night. The verdict came down and Trayvon Martin's killer was found innocent. And I was reading my timeline. I got flushed with everybody's emotions. And I cried. Tears fell from my eyes. And it was at that moment I said, I'm not going to shed no more tears for the people. Next thing I shed will be blood. I'm not shedding no more tears. I felt weak. I felt helpless. I was angry because I saw people who were lost and misled. And I felt their pain even though I didn't agree with it. I saw people duped, fooled. But I still felt their pain. I still felt, I was still empathetic. I saw people who I fought my whole life for. Right up until Black Lives Matter was born, I fought my whole life for black people. I got a Black Panther tattoo on my arm at the age of 16. I was the first person in my class to get a tattoo. I was very pro-black my entire life. Then Black Lives Matter hit and my people turned on me. They turned on me because I warned them that they was about to be fooled. And I was heartbroken that the same people I tried to help my entire life that I lived for turned their back on me, turned me into the bad guy. And it was from that moment on that I said, I'm not helping black people no more. I washed my hands with them. I didn't wash my hands with them because I was angry. I washed my hands with them because I realized I couldn't help them. It was at that moment I realized, I said, oh shit, I really can't help these people. There's nothing I could do. They are so far gone that there's nothing little old me could do. There's nothing I could do. And I came to that realization. And that's when I said I was going to focus on myself and focus on my team and focus on Hotep. And then little by little, I grew accustomed to this conservative red-white situation. And I ran into this crew and I started to fall in love with it. Started to fall in love with the conservative movement. And then I showed an ounce of pro-blackness and sympathy for black people. And then the red-whites turned on me. Several times. We troll now, but one year I honestly was like, yo, it's Kwanzaa, like what's up? And I got criticized for celebrating Kwanzaa. I got criticized for saying Trayvon Martin was murdered. I got criticized for loving black people. So first I got turned on by Black Lives Matter and everybody associated or wanted that. Then I got the white conservatives turn their back on me because I was a little too black. Then I realized I couldn't help them neither. So again, I went back and I focused on myself. Now, why did I bring up those two groups? In regards to Ottawa, because it's the same shit. People versus the state. It's people versus the state. And the sad part is when Black Lives Matter was in the streets, and I'm not talking about the organization that been robbing us. I'm talking about the people that actually cared. It's people that was walking in them streets that actually fucking cared. And nobody could understand that amongst the white right. They just saw Black Lives Matter as the rules. They didn't see a people fighting against the state. I did. I knew how to separate a people protest versus the state from a corrupt organization. I knew how to make that separation. The red whites didn't. Then I watched the red whites show up at the Capitol on January 6th, and I was proud of them. I said, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I was calling it on Hotep's been told you for years. I said, yo, white man gonna rise up. He gonna rise up one day. And he did. Then I watched the black community criticize them. I said, damn, we got a long way to go as a people, as a species. Just here in America, we got a long way to go. So when it was black people versus the state, the red whites was nowhere to be found. When black people was getting abused by police brutality, racial profiling, yes, that shit's real. I've been a victim of it. That shit's real. Yes, when you black, cops is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. The court system is a little bit different. I remember going into the courtroom system here in New Jersey, inside a small town, and looking around the courtroom and seeing brown faces everywhere in a majority white town. and saying to myself, damn, so only black people committed crimes? Only black people sped through this neighborhood? Only black people got tickets? Where's the white folks in here? I knew the numbers didn't add up. And what they say? Back to blue. This is what the red white said. Back to blue. I'm like, back to blue? They don't work for you. They work for the state. January 6th came around. I was proud of them red whites. Stood up for what they believed in at the place that they should have did it. And I supported them. And I watched black people criticize them, and that shit broke my heart. I said, don't y'all get it? This is our moment. As a species in America, this is our moment. This is our moment to really make a change. Like, as black people, watching the red whites go up to that Capitol to get some freedom, that freedom they was gonna get could have helped black people too. We sat here and criticized the system of white supremacy and then sided with the system of white supremacy because we allowed a mainstream media to fool us into thinking these people are all racist. And they might be. I don't really care about that. I don't really care about people being racist. I hate when the state is racist. That's my problem. The hoi polloi is racist, that's cool. That don't affect me. But when the state is racist, that affects me. So I was brokenhearted when the red whites criticized people for protesting the police, saying, oh, it can't be that bad. Then I had to watch black people criticize the red whites, saying, oh, it can't be that bad. Then I said to myself, damn, the state won both times. These were our opportunities to unite. The red whites always say, yo, how come we can't get the black people to vote Republican? It's because you don't treat us like Americans. You don't treat us like fellow Americans. You treat us like others. With a quote around it, the others. We're not Americans to you. We're only Americans when you want us to do your bidding, when you want us to vote your way. Then all of a sudden you want us to be Americans, but you don't view us as Americans. If you viewed us as Americans when we had a problem with the state, no matter our track record, you would have been on our side. Now, are there cases where somebody had confrontation with the police and they deserved it? Absolutely. I call those situations out all the time. Now, I don't really like the whole George Floyd situation and how they using it. But George Floyd ain't deserve to die. I'll be honest with you. George Floyd did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to be handled like that. And it was wrong for that cop to sit on his neck for 9 minutes. That was your opportunity to win the black vote right there. All you had to do was say, that's tragic. No matter how much drugs is in the system, and yeah, we know he wasn't the most exemplary individual. And he don't deserve all the statues and everything, and they're trying to rewrite history. I know that. But he would have never made it into the history books had you had empathy and sympathy and postured properly and said, yo, as white conservatives, we stand with the people who grieve this loss of this individual because it's us versus the state. It's not black people versus white people. That's the trick. It's not white people versus black people. That's the trick. It's us versus the state. Regardless of George Floyd's record, he was done wrong. And I think there's more to that story that we not hearing. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but there's more to that story that we didn't get to the bottom of. But that was your opportunity. A lot of y'all Christian too. Y'all go to church. Y'all swear y'all love Jesus and shit like that. And y'all don't act Christ-like. Now here we are, Ottawa, Canada. Freedom's on the line. Literally. The state wants people to take a medical experimentation. African Mike, thank you. Communism is coming to the U.S. Canada was the test subject. I'm here to tell you, communism been here. I warned the red whites. Before the pandemic hit, I warned the red whites. I said, yo, we live in a communist nation. They laughed at me. They said, no, this is a capitalist nation. I said, no, it's commie, yo. They move slow. Fabian socialism. Fabian socialist society. The Fabian society, the mascot is a turtle. It's a slow creep. They learned their lesson from the Bolshevik Revolution. It's a slow creep, little by little. But while I was doing my studies, I said, oh, wow, we live in a communist nation. It's got capitalist features, but it's a communist nation. It's a communist nation with capitalist features. And not the opposite. Don't be fooled. It's not a How can you have a capitalist society? Capitalism means the root of it is capital. And as we use the word capital today, that means money. But your money is operated under a central bank, and that's exactly what Lenin said he wanted. Lenin said he wanted a central bank. 90% of communism is installing a central bank. If the money ain't free, how the people gonna be free? So here we are, years later, and the encroachment of the state under commie-like policies, forcing mandates. I got family calling me like, yo, how do I get the exemption? A while back, I made the decision not to participate in corporate America anymore. I fought like hell to get out of corporate America because I knew I couldn't live under that regime. Couldn't live under their rules, and I'm so glad I got out. Because who knows what I would have had to put in my body just to make a living for my family. And the state turned on us. It was never on our side to begin with. January 6th, the police turned on y'all. The left said defund the police. I said, that's not really a bad idea. Y'all mocked the left and said, nah, da. Is there nuance to that conversation? Absolutely, there's nuance to that conversation. Are there problems with defunding the police? Absolutely. Will crime spike after you do? Absolutely. But these are the conversations we need to have. Defund the police is a signal. Now, I know the ulterior motive for defund the police is to have Interpol and international police come over here and run us, put us under the thumb of the New World Order. I know all of that. I know they want to install robot police and all of that. I'm hip. But I'm not talking about the puppeteer. I'm talking about the puppets. The puppets I feel bad for because they're controlled. But I hear their cries. And their cries come out with the language of the puppeteer, which is defund the police. But really what they're saying is the police is killing us. The police state. Alex Jones has been saying this forever. The police state, the police state, the police state. Now we out in Ottawa. And it's people versus the police. And so few people have compassion. But those people that don't have compassion, the people that are out there in the protests, are fighting for their freedom. They fighting for everybody's freedom. And I don't even believe in protests. And I'm just like, damn, like, keep protesting. Keep protesting. So here I am, conflicted and struggling. My logical mind is like, protest don't mean nothing. And the other side of me is like, this is important. Nobody talks about the important things, man. Nobody talks about the important thing. Try my best, man. I try my best to show up and do what's right. Give the right information to the people. And it's not what the people want, man. The people want entertainment. Want to be distracted. They don't want to be educated. They don't want to learn. Then all of a sudden shit hits the fan and now everybody's scrambling. You run a GoFundMe campaign. You know how long I've been saying, like, get away from GoFundMe? I was saying get away from GoFundMe in like 2014. I was just like, yo, why do people run GoFundMe? Why do people run the GoFundMe? I don't get it. Like, the technology is real simple to build. I was saying this to black people, like, why don't you got your own GoFundMe? Like, then I seen the Red Whites and they running the GoFundMe campaign and I seen it and I was just like, y'all still use GoFundMe? It's like, I just always thought that was really weird that people used GoFundMe. To me, GoFundMe was a joke. I remember when GoFundMe was a meme. And then they shut the money off. I started the Give, Send, Go campaign. And I wasn't optimistic about that either because I'm like, they still don't understand. They still don't get it. They still don't get what this fight is about. They don't even understand the battleground. The conversations are all leftist battlegrounds. You never draw the left into your battlegrounds. Anyway, so the financial institutions turn their back on the people. I just got finished writing a book called the Patriot Report, warning people about financial institutions and how financial institutions have been running this country since the very beginning. I go on my timeline, I come to my YouTube, and I talk about, y'all need to deal with this Bitcoin. They can't stop the Bitcoin. They can't stop the Bitcoin. And the Red Whites are resistant to Bitcoin. But at the same time, they saying, end the Fed. You're not going to end the Fed. That's not, again, like, y'all don't get strategy. Y'all don't get war. You never fight war on the enemy's battleground, yo. Not unless you got the dominant army. If you got the dominant army, then yeah. But if you don't have the dominant army, you can't fight it on their territory. You got to bring them to your territory. Y'all keep fighting them on their territory. End the Fed. No, it's not about end the Fed. It's about you don't have to participate in their system. It's the same thing I tell black people. You complaining about white supremacy and all this stuff. I'm like, you choose to participate in their systems. You complain because the Grammys won't give you an award. You choose to show up in their system. You complain about the NFL, but you choose to play in the NFL. It's the same concept. If your enemy don't like you, why are you participating? Trust, compliance, and participation, the three biggest problems with Americans. Y'all participate. It's end the Fed, but y'all still want to use the fiat. This is what y'all sending the truckers. End the Fed, but send them the Federal Reserve note. Clayton said, I agree with you. How would you draw the opposition to your battleground? First of all, you have to create the battleground. You can't draw the enemy to the battleground until you create the battleground. Where's the right's battleground? The right, everything the right does is a reaction to the left. The left creates the battleground. Then we fight on their battleground. Every single talking point amongst the right is a reaction to the left. What do we see? We see, I don't even know what to call it, but it's participating in women's sports and destroying women. I think it's ridiculous, but that's the leftist battleground. Who allowed that to happen? What individuals at that swim park allowed that to happen? And why didn't you do anything about it on the ground? You actually helped manifest that by having them LGBT conversations. You should have ignored them LGBT conversations and affirmed the family. You should have put out propaganda, materials, and affirmed the family. Where's your documentation on of affirming the nuclear family? Where's your documentation? Jordan Peterson? No diss to Jordan Peterson. I'm just saying, like, that's who y'all got. Where's your Hollywood? You go, oh, we don't deal in entertainment and celebrity. Well, that stuff's going to exist. Where's your musicians? People still need music. Then you turn around and all your celebrities and musicians turning on you. But every conversation you have is a leftist conversation. When do you go to Twitter and make something trend that's about what you want to do? Why don't you go to Twitter and make Jesus Lives trend? You know who makes Jesus trend? Kanye West. They are trying to erase the church. They're trying to erase Jesus because they don't believe in him. Because they don't like him. Because they don't like his story. Because they killed him. Why you ain't run to Twitter and make Jesus trend? Kanye made Jesus trend. You worried about losing your gun rights. Where are your best gun advocates? And what are they doing? Where's the propaganda you create to affirm that? Why is it you cannibalize yourselves and you allow, the intellectualism on the right is so dismal, you allow yourselves to be led by false prophets. Andrew Torba, I appreciate you, Akil. Andrew Torba created Gab. Then you allowed controlled opposition to compete with him, and you ran to their little websites. They popped up another one, and you ran to that one. You got your information hacked and stolen. They sold you Freedom phones, and you bought them, and they came from China. You keep following false prophets. leading you nowhere. Fast. You laugh at the black community because they got Al Sharpton and whatnot, but you got the same equivalent and you can't see it. Just like the black community can't see they false prophets, you can't see your false prophets. And if I call them out, you tell me I'm jealous. That's what Black Lives Matter told me when I called out DeRay McKesson, when I called out Sean King. And I said, yo, these dudes is grifters. And he told me I was jealous. Now, if I call out some of your greatest people that you love, you're going to tell me I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. I care about you. And you're being led astray by false prophets. That's your biggest problem. And you support them. You send them your money. You send the false prophets your money because you're too stupid to know what's right from wrong. You're too uninformed to know what's right from wrong. You can't tell real from fake if it was right in front of your face. I could tell you right now, I could list the names of people that's fake and you'd be like, oh, he's just bugging. I'm not naming names. They not ready for that. I've already named names in the past and I see how they act when you name names. I can't name names because they don't know how to take it. The whole world shatters when their favorite TV personality they find out is a shill, works for the enemy. They can't take it. They're not ready for that. When they ready, I give them the names, but they not ready. You got to spoon feed these people. You got to spoon feed the hoi polloi. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson during the Black Lives Matter. I learned my lesson last time I called out they little false prophets. But your false prophets is late. They late. Hotep's been told you get on crypto. Been told you get on Bitcoin. They shut down your financial institutions not once but twice with your campaign donations, and you still don't know how to operate in Bitcoin when you could have been on Bitcoin years ago. The libertarians beat you to Bitcoin, and they can't win an election to save their lives, and they beat you to Bitcoin. You're not technologically advanced. You go to a leftist protest, they got all types of gadgets, computers and whatnot. You go to a red, white gathering or rally, and they got coffee mugs. And I understand it's because the age brackets are skewed higher. I understand that. And your children become liberals and socialists and communists. But God damn it, it ain't that damn hard. You support the false prophets, and the false prophets leading you off a cliff fast. Tune in and drop out. He said the spiritual force carrying particle is not a what, but a who, and each has a spin. Those BML who cared were spun up. Those who stole spin down. Many RW on and a spin up, and others maintaining spin up is here for all. I appreciate you for the large support. Thank you. Tune in and drop out. What did they give you? What have your false prophets given you? They're giving you no plans. You know what they do? They sit on Twitter and they wait for the left to do something. Then they complain about it and you meme. Then you celebrate and say we own the left. You didn't own the left. The left owns you. What are you talking about? They just cut your money supply off to your Ottawa protesters. Just like that. What are you talking about? You own the left. The left owns you. Literally. You don't own shit. You had a little bit of fun online. You're grown ass motherfucking people. You're grown. What are you doing? You're grown. And your little false prophets, all they care about is a couple of likes and retweets. Ask them, where's the plans? Where's the plans? Hotep Jesus and the Hoteps, we got plans. We got the homeschooling program on hotepnation.com. We got plans. Where's your plans? You know what their plans are? To send you into the fucking booth to vote Republican so you can keep the same rhinos in establishment. That's the only plan they got for you. You know why? Because the donors pay them to do it. The big donors, the same big donors that pulled up the dossier, the Steele dossier on Trump is the same cats. Again, Andrew Torba created Gab, and y'all ran to controlled opposition. The last time I looked, y'all ran to a social network that came from China. Then y'all run around talking about y'all don't like China, CCP this, CCP that, but y'all run to a social network that literally came from China. What are y'all doing? When the shit hit the internet, that this new little social network came out, I watched everybody run and go create their accounts. I didn't even do any research, and I knew it was a honeypot. I knew it was a honeypot. You know why? Because I'm in tech, and I know what growth looks like. I know what real growth looks like, and real growth is slow. When growth happens really fast, it's usually AstroTurf, and there's a lot of money behind it. And usually when you're doing something righteous, you don't get money. You don't get funded. Andrew Torba built Gab from the ground up, dollar for dollar from the people. And it took him a long time to build that shit up. He didn't pop overnight. You guys ran to these social networks and popped overnight. You know why? Because they had the money and the clout to pay your false prophets to promote the shit. Then y'all ran over there. So I dug it up. I did the presentation and I showed you. Oh, this the shit that came from the Chinese people. This what y'all ran to? Somebody come out with a new phone and y'all go running, y'all go buy the phone. I'm like, this shit come from China. What? Freedom phone? What are you talking about? These is y'all false prophets. And I don't mean no attack Mr. Finman. I'm sorry. He getting his hustle on. I ain't trying to mess your hustle up. But come on, yo, don't mislead the people. There ain't no freedom phone. But this is the stuff y'all, this is what y'all run to. Y'all run to the false prophets. The false prophets get all the Fox News. Fox News don't call me. You know why? Because I might not mislead the people. And they need people who are dumb enough to either mislead the people or keep them distracted on all the things that don't matter. You know what they call you up to Fox News to do? To talk about the left. I don't want to talk about the left. I want to talk about what we're going to do. Bitcoin Magazine, they call me up. Oh, we want you to fucking do black outreach for Bitcoin. I'm not doing no fucking black outreach. There is no black outreach for Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. You need black outreach for white people. You just had an Ottawa protest and they don't even know how to get Bitcoin to them, and you want to get Bitcoin to black people. That makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Diversity. That's why we made the grifties. To show y'all, like, yo, these motherfuckers is a joke. We made jokes out of your peers, out of your false prophets, both left and right. We making jokes out of them, trying to let you know, like, yo, this shit is entertainment. This shit ain't real life. This is entertainment. That's what the grifties are trying to tell you. This is entertainment. This ain't real life. Real life is about reading and writing and learning and teaching. Do you know your case law? What case law are you going to walk into the court with when they start talking about the mandates? You got people running around. Oh, how do I get the medical exemption? You don't know your case law? This is the same group of people who sit around and talk about the Constitution this, the Constitution that, the Constitution this, the Constitution that, don't know a piece of case law to save their life. Couldn't have them name one. Give me one piece of case law. One. Couldn't give you no case law. Marshall Forward, I appreciate you. I can't even see the super chat. What does this say? I guess the Conservative Party of Canada is just as ineffective and weak as the Republicans in the U.S. We weak around the globe, dog. $2020. See, this is what I'm talking about. We got the dude 2020. He said if they have your Bitcoin wallet, your every transaction bust locked forever. This is what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ignorant. You guys don't know how Bitcoin works. If you buy Bitcoin from an exchange that's connected to a financial institution, then 2020 is correct. But you know you could wash your Bitcoin. You know, there's ways to go around and have anonymous Bitcoin. Y'all not technologically advanced. This is the problem. Y'all behind. You got to catch up. You talking about stuff and you only know half the truth. Did your false prophets tell you get Bitcoin? And when? I've been a co-owner in a Bitcoin company since the boom of 2018. Well, the boom was 2017. I think we popped up in 2018. Trying to tell people like, yo, this is the wave right here. Shreds, I appreciate you. Why am I saying all this? I'm trying to show y'all how it got to this point. This is the point of no return right now. It got to this point because y'all been fucking paying attention to the left. Oh, the left did this, the left did that. I just did a presentation on CBDCs last week. 7 days ago, I did a presentation on CBDCs. Project Hamilton, was you here? Or did you just come from my video about Rogan and him saying the N-word? Was you at that one, but not at the one where I was talking about CBDCs? Because this week, Joe Biden issued an executive order saying he wants to bring out the central bank digital currency. But you wasn't here last week for that presentation because it was too intellectual for you. You want the emotional stuff. You want the sensationalization. You want the tabloids. You want the Babylon Bee stuff. You want to be entertained. You know different than the left. You know different than the hoi polloi. You don't want intellect. We provide educational material on this channel every single day. I sat here and ran down the entire history of banking in the United States. And y'all was nowhere to be found. And I knew y'all wouldn't be here. Because the material is too intellectual and people don't want intellectual material. Y'all stupid. Then you turn around and now you crying about Ottawa. Had you been intellectual, you would have seen Ottawa coming and you would have known how to deal with it when the time came. Yes, CBDC is the new fiat. Did your false prophets warn you about the CBDC? I know I listen to my goats. I know I listen to my mentors. I listen to my gurus. Ciprian is one of my gurus. I saw him drop the video. I hit the like button on it. It's intellectual content. I want that. Then he DM'd me like, yo, make sure you check this out. I said, yo, I definitely plan to. And I checked it out. And then I wrote a blog post and did another presentation on it after his with him. Because I knew that information was important. And 7 days later, Joe Biden got an executive order coming out for the same shit we covered 7 days ago. And y'all was not here. I know the Hoteps was here. Like my core fan base was here. They was here. The supporters was here. Where was the rest of y'all at? Did your false prophets warn you about the CBDC? Alex Jones did. And y'all let him get banned from the internet. Y'all let Donald Trump lose the election. Y'all let Donald Trump, they about to try to lock Donald Trump because they found some boxes in Mar-a-Lago. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton broke Title 18 of the Espionage Act, and y'all ain't did nothing about that as a people. Because the left knows how to keep you distracted. The Piscean Empress, gratitude for the knowledge, Libra God King. Appreciate you. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, I'm here and thank you. I appreciate you. Where was your false prophets? You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. And they do. They live very handsomely, keeping y'all distracted on whatever the left say is happening. I try to throw y'all signals and shit of how to act online. Y'all running with memes of AOC with buck teeth and all this, that, and third. I'm like, how old are you? How old are you? You're 40 years old passing around memes of a grown woman with her teeth messed up. Photoshopping her breasts and doing it. How old are you? This is real life. So I try to show y'all how a real person's supposed to act, and I show admiration for AOC. I don't disrespect. I show admiration for Kamala Harris. I don't show disrespect. You're not supposed to disrespect women. I'm trying to teach y'all. But y'all want to fall into the left plane because that's what the left do. They put the fools on the screen to make you react so they can say, look at how these people act. They act like heathens. Look at them. That's why we got to lock them up. It's the same plan they use against black people. Red whites is the new niggas. Y'all act like niggas. It's a word that starts with the letter M. It's called maturity, and you need to act like you got some. Where's your maturity? Y'all running around memeing and memeing and memeing and memeing and memeing. And now the police got their fucking bats upside your head. I'm going to go through some of the Ottawa videos. I got one in particular I'm going to show you. Yes, respect your opponent. Correct. I'm trying to show y'all like you got to have some tact. This shit is war. You got to have tact. You got to have strategy. You can't just be out here just shooting in the wind. Of course, AOC don't know what she's talking about. Duh. But when you argue from a fool from a distance, people can't tell who is who. Why would you even acknowledge her? You made her. You literally made AOC the star that she is. When you could have ignored her and been focused on your family, your guns, your speeches, your writing, your intellectual property, your technology. Where's your technology? Your false prophets can't slap together a social network to change their life. I got a DM the other day when somebody got some truther social network coming out. And I'll read you my response to the motherfucker. Because this shit is just stupid. Like, what are y'all doing out here, yo? Y'all just playing games. Like, this shit's really sickening. Where's this DM? I'm gonna show you what happened. Right. So apparently this dude is EVP at this new social network coming out. And I said to him, based upon the tech and UI, what is your unique value proposition? Free speech platform does not move me. So he wants me to sign up on this social network, get all my people to come on board and sign up so he can make money off of me and you, right? He wants me to be a false prophet. I'm not leading people to some fake promised land. But this the same thing. Free speech platform. Everybody got a fucking free speech platform. Everybody and their mama. Oh, look, I got a freedom phone. Look, I got a freedom app. You could be free on my app. No, you can't, stupid. You not free until the money free, stupid. How about you build good technology? So I'm going to show you how he responds. He says an unexpected response. I know, because you thought I was a false prophet. So you did think it was I know it's an unexpected response. He says, so many people clamoring for me to get them on, but you are unimpressed. But he says, I love it. But I also know you are an independent thinker. Indeed, we have not reinvented the wheel. Our mission is allowing suppressed information, art, and news back into the world dialogue. So yes, free speech, but more free society and free thought. Does that not move you? All good. Email me if you want to come on before the park opens for real. I appreciate you responding. Dude, Gab exists. Gab was free speech platform before you even thought of your idea. Why are you making another one? Why do y'all keep hopping to other free speech platforms? Gab exists. It's the best thing out. They've solved most of the technological problems. Stripe banned them. PayPal banned them. They operating off of Bitcoin. They've been operating off Bitcoin for a while now. They got their own ad network. They are way ahead of you, whoever's trying to build your little social network. They're way ahead of you. They got a lot of bugs figured out. They got massive adoption. But they were the first ones to come out with a free speech platform. You know what the thing is? You know what's going on here? They don't want homegrown freedom. They want astroturf, controlled opposition, freedom. Now, I don't know if this dude is controlled ops. He moving like it by the way he responded to me. And I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna tell you my last. I said to him just like this. I said, Gab already does this. This is my response to him. Gab already does this. I'd be impressed when a startup doesn't simply clone Twitter and Meta. Actually innovate in this space and you'll win big time. Otherwise, you'll carry more cost than revenue and struggle with adoption. UX is important. UX is super important. If you want to book me for a consult, we can set something up. This is my response to this guy. Me being in tech for the past 12 years, I know what it takes to make this shit work. And when I look at Gab, I see somebody who figured it out way before anybody. But what do these apps do? What do they do that's so special? What does you guys ran to these little stupid ass, the P app, the G app, and both of them shits is Twitter clones. What are you buying into? Twitter already exists. Why can't these people create something new? It's a honeypot. They just want to get y'all all in one place so they can collect your data and sell it to the Republican Party. But I'm the hater. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Hotep Jesus crazy. Don't listen to me. He's just a Hotep. Don't let this black skin fool you. This is truth. Raw and uncut. Your false prophets is the same as the Al Sharptons. Baby Vaso said, what is conservatism? If conserving traditional values means to be conservative, doesn't this mean in Canada the conservative doesn't equals conservative in the US? I appreciate you. Danny Mayday, I just found you tonight and feel like crying. I'm in. Welcome, Danny. Gab got their own servers. They not renting off of Amazon like your other social media app was renting off of AWS, off of Amazon. You know why they asked, you know why they wanted to down Gab? Because Gab was homegrown and they can't control Andrew Torba. I don't give a fuck how many Nazis on the app. I know freedom when I see freedom. I don't give a fuck how many skinheads or white nationalists or whoever's sitting in their mama basement mad at black people. I don't care. I know freedom when I see freedom, no matter what color's on it, no matter what ideology's on it. But these people don't innovate. And that's why they lose, because they don't innovate. Who comes out with a social network and creates a Twitter clone? Who does that? It makes no sense. I know a kid right now with a dope ass social media idea. I would tell it to you right now, but I don't want y'all to steal his idea. And it's in the App Store right now. And he can't get adoption. But he innovated. And I was like, yo, this app is dope. I like this. There's nobody on here. It needs some capital. It needs some work. But the idea is stupid dope. But why don't your people innovate? Why they created a Twitter clone? You left Twitter to go to Twitter. It's not even Twitter 2.0 because it doesn't even have all of Twitter's features. You know how long it'd take somebody to build an exact duplicate of Twitter? Your engineers would take years to catch up. Years to catch up. You don't even have the infrastructure to carry what Twitter does. To carry every feature. Shreds, you know what your false prophets like to do? Profit or you. Hit that Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. Come on, man. This shit ain't a game. False prophets. You know what they do? It's not only false prophets, they get the inexperience too. They'll go get some 20-year-old boy and put him on Fox News to speak for you, and he don't know shit. The left will go grab some 20-year-old boy and have him represent you on a leftist platform and make y'all look crazy. You know why? Because for the media, no matter who it is, it's about clicks. It's not about substance. It's about clicks. It's about how many viewers can we get, and they know how you people react, and it's your fault. It's not Fox News' fault that they put bullshit on their screens. It's your fault they put bullshit on the screens because you watch the bullshit. You don't tune in when they talking about some real shit, because there's a lot of real shit that comes out on Fox News sometimes. What if the financial section was the most popular show on Fox News and not Tucker Carlson or Hannity? And no diss to them. I'm not saying they bullshit. But what if you guys tuned into the finance section more than the other stuff? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to put out more fun. If you tuned into intellectual property, if you tuned into intellectual content, they would give you intellectual content because they following the dollars. But y'all niggas, y'all just white niggas. That's all y'all is. Y'all white niggas. Y'all want to be entertained. Whose YouTube can I watch now that's, gonna talk about, whatever bullshit happened in the media today. Not the shit of substance, not the intellectual stuff. A lot of y'all run around talking about Thomas Sowell, ain't read no Thomas Sowell, ain't watched no Thomas Sowell. You just saying his name, you passing around a 3-minute video clip that you got from somewhere, and that's the most Sowell you got. But you ain't read the shit. You ain't even listened to the audiobooks. And they free right on the YouTube. This the shit that killed me most, though. This the shit that killed me most. You motherfuckers got the nerve to say back the fucking blue. Where did you get that from? I just need somebody to tell me that. I just need somebody to tell me who the fuck taught you to back the blue. Tell me in the chat. Who taught you that? Who taught you to back the blue? Can somebody answer me that? Who started that? And why are you still doing it? You backing the blue, but the blue don't back you. All right, it's a few good officers out there. It's a few good precincts out there. I know one precinct said we not reinforcing the mandate. That's good police. That's good police precinct. I like that. That's also small town and independent. Then you showed up at the 6 and the blue turned on you. The feds, right, exactly. It's the feds. Don't you know that police, the entity of police in America was created to protect property of the rich? At its inception, and part of that property was slaves. Mainstream grifters told you to back the blue. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all false prophets. Now we sitting in Ottawa, and I'm going to go to the videos. We're going to get to the videos. I didn't forget the videos. And y'all screaming, back the blue, but the blue don't back you. I've seen good police before. I've met good police before. I've met good white police, and I've met good black police. I remember one time I was speeding like a motherfucker. I got pulled over, and the police name was Sean, and his grandmother, his mother and my grandmother went to the same church, and he looked me out and he let me go. I watched him beat somebody else's ass, but because I was close to him, he let me go. I remember being pulled over in Union, New Jersey with a suspended license, and a white cop pulled me over. And he said to me, I'm not going to call this in. Drive safely, drive home, and get home now. You have a warrant for your arrest. And he let me go. A white police officer. I've had some racist police officers too, but I've had a white police officer say, yo, go, get out of here. And I said, oh shit, thank you. And I left and I went straight home. But what we are talking about, when we talk about the blue, we are talking about the majority. We are talking about the entity of police state power, the enforcers They're called law enforcement. Law enforcement. You messed up and allowed too much legislation to go down in this country. So you got too many laws on the book. And now they're enforcers coming around and rounding you up. I'm going to play this tape and I'm going to show you what your blue does. I just want to add a disclaimer, and I just want to say I cannot confirm nor deny that this is valid information. I just thought it was interesting, and I think you should see it too. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to put it on your screen in just a second. Hold on. Joy Williams sent this to me, and I found it intriguing, and I found it almost believable too. I want to say it's believable. Some of you may have already seen it. Watch this. This is out in Ottawa. Why are you seeing that on your screen? Hold on. Let's watch this.
Guys, this is breaking news on the ground. This is huge. You have to share this with everybody. They're saying how they arrested over 70 people today in Ottawa. Well, I know people on the ground whose immediate family was one of those people that got arrested. And as I keep telling you, these arrests are illegal, unlawful. They can't charge you. They can't do anything with you. So you know what they're doing to these people? They're arresting them in front of everybody, handcuffing them, throwing them in a paddy wagon, driving them about 15, 20 minutes away, and then just releasing them in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because they can't charge a peaceful protester with a crime for standing in a public area. Thank you very much. Share this with everybody, and don't be afraid.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? This the blue y'all backing? This the blue y'all backing? I hope this ain't the blue y'all backing. Let's go to some media. Let's see what the media is saying about all of this. Damn. I think it's I'm gonna have to find it. Let's go to my history and where did I see that? Oh. I'm sorry. That's what I had up on your screen before. So this is CNN via MSN.com. And I just want y'all to see how they talk about y'all. Demonstrations in Ottawa turned violent Friday as protesters, according to authorities, assaulted officers and tried to remove their weapons. Do you see how they're blaming the protesters? You know, this is the same thing they said about black protesters at the beginning of the Black Lives Matter protest 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever that was. The media was not on Black Lives Matter side in the very beginning. It wasn't until it became controlled ops that they became on their side. This is the same thing they said. All means of de-escalation have been used to move forward in our goal of returning Ottawa to its normalcy, police in Canada's capital said in the tweet. Police tweeted a photograph of mounted officers forming a line and later said people fell when officers on horseback tried to disperse the crowd. You mean he ran people over? Is that what you're talking about? When he ran people over? That's what I saw. Tell me in the chat, isn't that what you saw? Try to disperse the crowd. They're allowed to protest. That's why y'all can't arrest them. Legally, at least. Anyone who fell, now look at this right here. Anyone who fell, got up and walked away, were unaware of any injuries. I don't know if that's true. I want to say it's not because I heard somebody died out there. I don't know if that's true. I'm not in Ottawa. I can't say for sure what's happening out there. One person was arrested when a bicycle was thrown in the direction of a horse farther down the line, police said. Now they trying to act like the people did it. They're trying to paint them as violent. This is what they do to black protesters. They do the same thing. The police incite it, and then they write the article up, and they say, oh, the niggas did it. The niggas started it. And they're doing the same thing to you right now. That's why I'm so conflicted. Now, does Antifa get buck wild? They damn sure do. Has there been black people that have gotten violent at protests? Absolutely. But I had an argument with people about Ferguson, the Ferguson protests. Do you realize that the Ferguson protests were peaceful? And there were provocateurs in the crowd who started things? And Darren Sills, who was close to Mike Brown's parents, mother and father, was telling the provocateurs, chill. It was peaceful. But after the provocateurs got the police riled up and the tear gas started flowing, the media painted them as evil, bad people, just like they're doing right now. City, provincial, and federal law enforcement began an unprecedented operation Friday morning to remove protesters in their trucks and cars that have been blocking Ottawa streets for weeks. By Friday night, more than 100 people have been arrested. 21 vehicles were towed. You must leave. You must cease further unlawful. See this law? See that word law right there? Unlawful activity, and immediately remove your vehicle and or property from all unlawful protest sites. Police tweeted on 3 occasions Friday night. Anyone within the unlawful protest site may be arrested. At an afternoon news conference, interim Ottawa Police Chief Steve Bell said authorities will work all day and all night to move protesters out. This the blue y'all backing? This the blue y'all backing? Let's go to Twitter. Explore. So first of all, they ran the ops today, right? They ran the ops. Oh, explosion in Ukraine, because they don't want you looking at Ottawa. Apparently, people think it's important to be watching some sort of all-star game. You know, the people love their distractions. I don't have TV in my house, so I can't be distracted. I'm on a mission. My mission leaves no room for play. Where's the Ottawa protest? It's not here. I saw it before I got on here. It's not here. You know why? Because the people are talking about some NBA spook ball. So I'm going to have to type it in. Here they are, towing. Look at this. They said nobody got hurt. You don't see this horse sitting on this person, stepping right on this person right here? There's no injuries. A horse stepped on you, but apparently there's no injuries, according to CNN via MSN. Here we got an elderly woman trampled by mounted police at a freedom protest in Ottawa. Poor lady, I think she was in a wheelchair or something like that. I think you can see her vehicle here, or whatever the technical term is for that.
Here comes the horses.
I can't even watch that. That's just sad. I don't even see.
Thank you guys.
I don't even see an Ottawa protest. I see Ferguson. That's what I see right now. This look like Ferguson to me. This look like the Black Lives Matter protest from years past. That's what I see. People versus the state. It looks exactly the same to me. On one side, you got people who got beef with the state. On the other side, you got the state with their police uniform. What's Jordan Peterson saying? MP, I see sometimes. All right. I don't know why y'all find him impressive. No shots. I'm sorry. Let me. I just don't understand why y'all find him impressive. He was cool for like 2 weeks. So this is the violence that they're talking about here? These are the violent people? They want us to believe these people are violent. We got the doxing. Now they got a counter protest out there. Control ops. This dude, they done snatched him up.
I already told you, okay? This is your last warning.
Yeah.
You're not going by here, okay?
Well, you can't go this.
You're going to be arrested.
Okay.
This is your last warning.
Okay.
On the other side of the road, if you want to film, right here's a police officer. You can't go by. Okay?
Can I go that way?
You can't go that way unless you've never worked down that way.
Look at him.
How did you get that way? You're under arrest.
For what?
Okay.
Dude just said, hey, you got to get out of here. And this guy's like, nah, you're under arrest. We're not taking no chances. I saw one tweet said, if you're media or journalist, you come out there, don't. Because you might be arrested too, or you might get caught up in the fray. This looks like the past. This looks like the Trump era. Looks exactly like it. Except the people on the other side are white now. This looks like France. This looks like Italy. What is this? What does this all represent, people? People versus the state. People versus state. And this shit not going to change. It's not going to change until you understand that it's people versus the state. So the next time you see black people mourning over a death at the hands of the cops, I hope you're a little bit more sympathetic. Hope you're a little bit more empathetic. Because that's your chance to really hold the state accountable for the crimes they did against you and black people, Americans as a whole. Communists take over the world. They clamping down right now. They clamping down right now. Jonah Ryan, this one hits hard. I'm here for the intelligence, but in all honesty, I took myself out of it all. Rather create my own and all accountability. That's exactly what it's about, bro. This is exactly what it's about. Are you guys gonna get Bitcoin? You got BTC and you got BCH. One is gold, one is transactions. You guys need to get hip, man. They can't stop it. Okay? You need to learn how to operate in an alternate economy. Biden issued an executive order. They about to bring that central bank digital currency. And if you don't know what's in that, I'll tell you one more time, because I know you didn't read the article. I'll put it on your table one more time. Right here, Project Hamilton, Bitcoin's evil brother. Shout out to Cyprian. It's got 3 major functions: mint, redeem, and transfer. Redeem means they can just burn your money. You say something they don't like, you're protesting, they will press delete on your wallet. And that money will disappear, gone. That's where they're taking you to. Can't do that with Bitcoin. They took cryptocurrency and removed the blockchain technology. That's what they did. They removed blockchain technology. Tune in and drop out said about Ferguson. I get a man died, but you ask about back to blue. So MB robbed a store, assaulted a cop, runs away, turns back, and charges the cop. Cop fires at the last minute, and Obama throws him under the bus. This is what's wrong with y'all. This is exactly what's wrong with y'all. You don't get it. You still don't get it. I just sat here and told you it's people versus the state. I just sat here and told you it's people versus state, and you want to send me a Cash App and defend the state. 2020 said Bitcoin wallets got frozen over Ottawa. 2020, stop it. You can't freeze a Bitcoin wallet. You can only freeze a custodial wallet. Just stop. You don't know anything. Just stop. You're just showing your ignorance. Somebody come get they boy, yo. Tune in and drop out. You still don't get it. Somebody lost their son. No matter what he did. Was he wrong for stealing a little Snicker or whatever from the place? Of course. Of course. But he got murdered. Did he deserve to get murdered? I saw the tape. I didn't see what you saw, bro. I didn't see somebody assaulting a cop. I didn't see that. But you still don't get it. Y'all find ways to defend the blue. You find ways. You literally do mental gymnastics. Well, I saw the tape and he did this and he did that. Whose side are you on? That's the question. When the left does some shit, when Hillary breaks the Espionage Act, does the left go, oh, well, she broke the Espionage Act? No, they ignore that shit because they know how to play war. Because they got some sense of loyalty. It's people versus the state. And you still want to back the blue. You still want to play mental gymnastics. You don't get it. You don't get it. I appreciate the $25 super chat. I absolutely do, but you still don't get it. Cyrus Cherry, Hotep, aren't we already a communist country? I mean, technically the government has always controlled us, our so-called freedoms and distractions. I said that from the very beginning. That's how I started this podcast off. Y'all don't get it. When I see somebody die, when I see somebody get murdered, I don't give a fuck what they did wrong. Outside of like that pedo and rape shit, that shit's not cool. I know somebody lost a family member, and no matter what they did, I mourn. I take a second and I pray that a life was lost, whether it was over a pack of cigarettes or a Snicker or whatever. Did you guys mourn for Tamir Rice? Did you mourn for Tamir Rice? Did you come out in droves for Tamir Rice? It was a 13-year-old boy got shot in the park. What did y'all say when Tamir Rice got shot? And people was protesting that. Did you mourn Tamir Rice? Now don't tell me Tamir Rice attacked the cop. Did y'all mourn Trayvon Martin? Did y'all mourn Sean Gardner? Sean Garner was guilty of selling cigarettes on the corner. And a cop choked him to death. And he did not resist. He was not fighting back. Did you more than that? Or did you go, he got what he deserved? Mike Brown is not the only case. When the McMichaels murdered Ahmaud Arbery, what happened? What happened? Whose side did you take when that happened? You took the McMichaels side. I knew that was a fucking public lynching when I first saw the tape. What about old boy that got shot in the Wendy's parking lot because he fell asleep drunk? Did you more than that? Because I felt the police did a terrible job with that stop. It's us versus the state, yo. It's us versus the state. You got to stop defending the state. Because just because they deem something unlawful, they're going to deem what you do unlawful. Just like they did with these Canadians. They deemed it unlawful. So what am I going to say? You want me to turn around and say, I'm going to show you what this dude said. Here. You want me to act like this? Here, I'm going to show you what. Because this is what we could act like. This is how petty could get. I wrote another one here on menoforder.com. Buy this crypto executive order. This guy wrote this blog called Bitcoin is a Bad Way to Fund the Ottawa Protest. Works for a large Canadian bank. And he called it mischief. He called the people out there in Ottawa mischief. Then he says when the protest becomes illegal, is that what y'all want me to say? You want me to say, oh, your protest is illegal, you deserve to get trampled by a horse? Because what they deemed unlawful? It's us versus the state. What don't y'all get about that? You talking about the dude? So right here, ladies man, 727 said he charged the cops with taser. Look, I want y'all to look at ladies man 727. This is the person that I'm talking about. This is the mind that I'm talking about. This is the sickness that y'all hold, where y'all find ways to defend the state. You find ways to destroy the state. I mean, to defend the state. I watched that tape a bunch of times. That traffic stop in the Wendy's, I watched that tape a whole bunch of times. And if I was a cop in that traffic stop, old boy would have went home alive and well. I'd have took him home. Dude was completely harmless. And the police scared the shit out of him. You gotta remember, man, the media be out here just telling people the cops is gonna kill you, the cops gonna kill you, the cops gonna kill you. And he tried to run. And he pulled the cops' tasers and he ran. And he was running away. And he was far enough away where he was not a threat to the police and they still shot him. Because they some bitch ass men. I'll tell you right now, the problem with that traffic stop was they should have had him sit on the curb. They tried to arrest the man standing up. Just dumb. Just dumb. But I'd have took the man home. Yes, they bootlickers. They bootlickers, man. Y'all keep taking the state. Oh, but he pulled the taser out on the cop. You're not telling the whole story. You're not looking at best case scenario on how the traffic stop could have gone. I looked at the traffic stop, was like, yo, this dude could have went home, man. He didn't have to die. I wouldn't even have shot him. He took my taser, I wouldn't even have shot him. He'd have took my taser, I'd have let him run with it. I would have calmly walked behind dude and been like, all right, we'll just pick him up when we pick him up. He was harmless. He was drunk. Dude was harmless. I could have kicked his ass. And I'm not even built like that. And I'm not a violent dude. I probably could have kicked his ass. He was drunk. You know how easy it is to beat a drunk person's ass? Y'all gotta stop affirming the state. When they tell you you're supposed to wear a mask and you don't wear a mask, and then they come down on you, you want me to be like, oh, well, you didn't wear your mask, so you deserve to get shot. The police tried to arrest you. You resisted arrest. You took his taser because you didn't believe you needed to be arrested, and he shot you. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, you know, you didn't wear your mask. That's what you want me to say? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, yo, this person felt like this cop was being ridiculous, and he fought for his life, as any man should. What do I think about cops doing jujitsu? That's not going to help. What you need to do is stop hiring pussy-ass cops. That's what you need to do. Jiu-jitsu only going to make them more dangerous. They still going to be scared. They're just going to be scared and more dangerous. He said they got that Brock Lesnar strength. They don't got coordination. I don't care how much strength you got. If you don't got coordination, I'm kicking your ass. You drunk and you got the coordination, I'm kicking your ass. Right. They defied the state for 2 years and now they want it back to blue. Whose side are you on? That's all I want to know. Whose side are you on? Americans or the state? Because I draw that line. I draw that line quick. I call it straight down the middle. When black people was looting, Target and all of that shit, I said loot. Go get it. Why? Why? Because I'm objective and I call things, I'm consistent. That's what it is. I'm consistent. What did Target do for you, red whites? What did Target do for you? You know what Target did? They supported Rainbow Coalition Month. They supported Black Lives Matter. They put the black box up on whatever that day was, Blackout Day or some shit. They don't support you. They were supporting that rules called Black Lives Matter. Then when black people went around and looted Target, y'all said, oh my God, look at these fools looting Target. Joe Biden literally helped create a disheveled black community. Then when you see this disheveled community react to the state, y'all take the state side. You're inconsistent. Target sent your jobs to China, correct? You're inconsistent. This is why the libertarians are ahead of you. This is why the ANCAPs are ahead of you. You couldn't even get $11 million to the truckers. You couldn't get $1 million to the truckers. And even if you got it there, they wouldn't know what to do with it. If you did it in Bitcoin. They wouldn't even know what to do with it. They don't even got no place to spend it because there's no adoption. You know why? Because y'all like these Federal Reserve notes. Y'all like them. Y'all like them. Y'all even say it. I love cash. Y'all say it. I love cash. I'm guilty of saying it. But compared to Bitcoin, y'all must be out your mind. You know what I could do with Bitcoin? I could make an entire income in America. Make millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Listen to this. I can make millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin in America. Never cash it out to fiat. Always transact in Bitcoin. And never pay a single dollar worth of taxes. You know why? Because I didn't cash it out into their system. Now, once you cash out that Bitcoin into dollars, you playing their game now. You're under their jurisdiction. But y'all slow. You don't even realize you could transact amongst. This is why Biden's trying to regulate the crypto now. This is exactly why. I don't need no bank account. I could remember my 12-word phrase and go to fucking Thailand some damn where, and my Bitcoin gonna come with me. My Bitcoin is right up here. This is where my Bitcoin lives, in my brain. Y'all not ready for that. See, STFU. I'm trying to catch y'all up. He said they didn't tax crypto yet. You can't tax crypto. You cannot tax crypto. What don't you understand about that? Where have y'all been for the past 5 years? No, stop it. No, stop it. No, stop it. You can't tax crypto. I don't care what law you said you passed. You can't tax it. You can't even track it to me. So how you going to tax me and you don't even know this is my Bitcoin? How you going to do it? Somebody said, how do you feel about crypto's effect on the environment? Again, crypto doesn't have an effect on the environment. This is more fake news by the same people y'all hate. Where y'all been at for the past 5 years? You could run Bitcoin off of satellites. You can put a satellite in your backyard, run Bitcoin. What environment are you talking about? It's some of the cleanest energy. You can run that shit off a microwave. Thank you, King of the 818. You only get taxed once you cash it out into this bad boy. Once you turn the Bitcoin into this, you playing a game. Where y'all at? Now, if you got your Bitcoin on them exchanges, you might have to pay something on that. He said, I hope Hotep is right, but I won't get my hopes up. When have I been wrong? Well, I don't speak unless I'm right. Brandon said, don't mix your KYC coins with your non-KYC coins. Just saying. Exactly, Brandon. Exactly. Somebody said, still need to buy crypto with fiat currency. Here's another person. Don't know shit from shit. Don't know shit from shit. I buy my Bitcoin from Coinbase. Now that's KYC. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's KYC. And I got my KYC Bitcoin, and I'm not telling you whatever else the fuck I got because the feds don't need to know. Okay. Oh my God. Y'all are just so far behind. This is why the left be winning, yo. So how do you get crypto? Or how do you get Bitcoin? How do you get Bitcoin without buying it? It's called economics. Economics. You trade in it. You trade in it. And then you can acquire it that way. Y'all ever been on the dark web? Y'all probably never even been on the dark web before. Probably even know about the dark web. Y'all ever heard of a VPN? Y'all probably never set up a VPN before either. Do y'all want to be free? Somebody said, you're a libertarian. What the fuck are you doing in New Jersey? Damn, can I have personal problems? Can I have family? Maybe I don't know where I want to go yet, Common Cure. How about that? How about I'm trying to see where I'm going? Because if I go to Texas, the money transmitter license is $500,000. If I go to Florida, they got sinkholes every goddamn year, every goddamn week. and the place might be underwater. Can I figure out where the fuck I'm going first? Can I figure out where's a good place to put my flag in the ground? Is you gonna pay for my move? You ain't dropped nan super chat in here, but you talking shit. I looking at Texas. I don't know. Texas, I don't know. I don't know. Word, shout out to my Jersey people, man. Y'all niggas too, man. Y'all niggas too. This is why I say, the Bitcoin magazine want me to do black outreach or some shit like that. And I'm like, nigga, white people don't know about Bitcoin. What the fuck are you talking about? Some black outreach. You said, didn't Bitcoin relocate to Texas last year? What? How is Bitcoin gonna relocate? Y'all gotta be trolling. There's no way he just said that. There's no way he just said that. Yeah, he acting like I'm in Cali. Word. I walk around maskless out in Jersey. I ain't got no problems with no mask out here. I ain't in New York either. New York kind of wildin' too. Fort Lee. All right. I'm gonna be moving about the country this year, so y'all gonna see when y'all see me moving about. Reach out. We can link up. He says, "Tough to leave Jersey because the food is so much better than anywhere else." That's so true. That's so true. Yo, Jersey's a trap, man. It's hard to leave this place, yo. Because every time I go someplace else, I'm like, I still kind of like Jersey better. I hope y'all get it together, man. I'm about to study my chess, man. One of my goals is to be a chess master one day, and I'll get there at some point. Hopefully my sons beat me there. I'm training them now, and sometimes I look at a puzzle and I don't see it, and they see it. They see it faster than me. They're getting a lot better. I'm probably gonna wait until my eyes get heavy as I do some chess puzzles. Self-made said, man, I thought people would be on crypto, knowledgeable about it at that. No, bro, like if you're in the crypto world right now, you're the 1%. You're the 1%. Shout out to Renee, appreciate you, homie. You are the 1%. Oh God. And don't, please, people, do not buy anything other than Bitcoin. Not until at least you've gotten your feet real good and soaked, not wet, good and soaked, before you start buying any other coin. Everybody's going to show you a coin. Buy Bitcoin, and buy Bitcoin from the Hoteps, please. It's definitely KYC, but let me tell you something. It might not be KYC. Anyway, here it is. Buy Bitcoin from us. Get your feet wet. Right? Join Bitcoin Mystery School. We'll teach you how to wash your shit so nobody can track your Bitcoin. Go to bitcoinmysteryschool.com. Get up there. We show you how to wash your Bitcoin. Okay? Come to Texas and get some Dax Hill in your life, HJ. Pause. Up late writing a blog post on Tiddler Swindler for Men of Water. Go subscribe to the media outlet, y'all. Yeah, please do. manofwater.com. This is what we do on this side, man. Like, it's Hotep and Bill. So you see right here, right? Got the Bitcoin app. You type in your little email address or whatever. Got your Bitcoin app. We got a media outlet. Men of Water. See, people complain. They say, oh, they're emasculating males. Oh, they're trying to turn everybody into rainbows. All right, so what are you going to do about it? What do you do about it? Here's our solution. We just affirm men. It's that simple. Affirm men. Here's our battleground right here. We control this. We own this. We own our narrative. We publish what we want on our website. Also, we got the new JRE episodes. Shout out to Jev. Jev runs the JRE stuff. So if you come in and you want to get a synopsis, they got the timestamps and everything in here for all the JRE. So you jump right to whatever part of JRE. We support Joe Rogan here at menoforder.com. Right? And then we got our nonprofit, 501c3. And what do? We support homeschooling. That's what we do. Shout out to our donors. I think we raised $6,200, 62 donations, $6,200. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. We can do a lot with that. We can make a lot of children happy with $6,200. Even if we make one kid happy with that, we did a lot. That's a lot. I'm so confused about Bitcoin. One side says it's freedom from the Fed. Others say it's the trap from the WEF to trick you into owning no real assets. What's the truth? Oh man. All right. Let me break this down for you. Is this word called technology. And what you have to do is you have to understand the technology. Now, I'll be frank with you. The NSA created the SHA-256 algorithm that Bitcoin originally ran on. I'm not going to hold you. The algorithm that the Bitcoin runs on was created by the NSA. I'm not going to hold you. The dark web, I believe the browser was created by the CIA. People still use it to transact freely. You see, the thing is, the powers that be, when they create something, you can use it. They create it for their purposes. And what they'll do is they'll put propaganda out there to keep you away from it. Right? So they'll say, oh, the World Economic Forum put this out. If it was a trap, why are they coming out with a CBDC? If it's a trap, why are you coming out with a central bank digital currency? If Bitcoin was a trap, why not just trap you in Bitcoin? Why did the banks spend so long telling people not to adopt Bitcoin just to turn around and adopt Bitcoin? But again, forget all of the rhetoric. Understand the technology. Blockchain is a ledger. It's a record of transactions, and it's public. For all that may be good or bad, it's public. And it is immutable, and it is permissionless. Means you don't need anybody's permission to carry out a transaction. When you go to the bank and you send $10,001, you're going to have to fill out a pile of paperwork and answer some questions, and they can still turn you away. They can still turn down your service. If I want to send you $1 million worth of Bitcoin right now, it'll be there in 15 minutes. And can nobody stop it? That's not freedom to you? Now, you're talking about owning no real assets. What is an asset? I say all the time on this app, the best asset is guns. Oh my God, ladies, man, what if there's an EMP or a solar flare from the sun? Oh my fucking God, what is wrong with y'all? I say the most ignorant, dumb shit ever. Stop being stupid. What you gonna do with your dollars if we get hit with a solar flare or an EMP? What you gonna do with your dollars, stupid? Nothing. The whole grid shut down. You gonna need to worry about what you gonna eat. Fuck Bitcoin, fuck money, fuck currency. All that shit goes out the window. Stop saying that shit. I hate when y'all say that. Oh, what if we get hit with an EMP? I hope you get hit with an EMP. It might give you some sense. Oh my God. It's stupid. Anyway, the best asset I believe are guns. Then you got land. The reason why you need the guns is you need to protect your land so nobody else can come take it. Unless they got more or bigger guns than you. Okay? Ladies, man, you gonna give me a headache tonight. You gonna give me a headache tonight. Stop trolling me, yo. Now, he says, own no real assets. Let me ask you a question. Is this real? Because you can touch it, does that make it real? You know what this is? It's a note. It's a bill. That's why they call it a $20 bill. You know what you do with bills? You got to pay them off. You, at some point, you have to hand this back to the Federal Reserve because this is a bill. It's literally how the system works. You think this dollar is real? You know, like most money exists in a computer screen. Most money exists in a computer screen. It doesn't exist in physical form. So do you really own that money? Or is it just because you saw it on the screen that it says you have that money? Owning is one thing. Control is something different. You can't own Bitcoin. You can control some Bitcoin, but you can't own it. You can control a set of Bitcoin, but you can't technically own Bitcoin because whoever has access to the keys has control over the Bitcoin. They have access to the Bitcoin. You have access to Bitcoin. You can't, but you don't own it. Right? Now, you have to understand money to understand Bitcoin. That's why I teach money on this channel. That's why I wrote a whole book on money called the Patriot Report, because I'm talking to y'all. Y'all call yourselves patriots. So I was calling you out. It's Patriot Report. For patriots, you're supposed to read this. Unmasking the conspiracy of money and war. It says it right there. Shout out to Roll Tomasi for the beautiful cover. Unmasking the conspiracy of money and war. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. It just arbitrarily holds some value. It's whatever people agree to it on. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you exactly what the government thinks about money. Let's see if I can find it really fast. I'm going to show you how money doesn't really mean what you think it means. Let's go here. Actually, I think it's on Benson. Okay, let's see here. Oh man, what broken link? All right, let's go to, I think it's Title 18B. Let's see. Okay. This is the money transmitting license. Shit. Where is that now? I'm looking here. I know it's Title 18, Part 1. Let me see, Chapter 5. No. Transactions. Aha. Here, they use the term monetary instrument. Whoops. I'm all up in the legal right now. I'll find it for you guys. But I'll tell you, just from memory, right? Here, let me see. Send money. Let's see. It's not gonna be no. But this is FinCEN is the financial crimes unit, right? And they're the ones that are like watching the money. Well, funds that they can be using through money laundering. Money laundering. Yes, money laundering, right? Money business services. I'll have to find it. The Anti-Money Laundering Act. Basically, what it says is, it talks about it says money or anything viewed as money is how they talk about it, right? So they say money, but then they say viewed as money. Basically what they're saying is anything can be money. That's literally how this works. So people think money needs to be some, official, stamped and printed out. And at one point, tobacco leaves were money. I talk about this all the time. Tobacco was money. Some places seashells was money. Anything can be money. Money means nothing. So you talk about like you won't own any real assets. It's like you first have to understand what can be money. Anything somebody deems as having value can be money. Like when you talk about, oh, when we get hit with an EMP, what's Bitcoin gonna do then? You know, bread could become money. Guns could become money. Ammo could become money. You might go based upon the weight, based upon the caliber. You don't know what could become money when shit hits the fan. So money could be anything. Whatever people deem to have value can be money. Whatever people are willing to transfer can be money. That's what makes Bitcoin special. As long as you believe that it has value and people are transacting in it, it has money. Right. Salt, sugar. Exactly. Correct. It's about trust. Thank you, Skoda. It's about trust. And you can trust Bitcoin because of its hashing system, because of its proof of work system is what makes it trustable. So it doesn't have to be physically in your pocket to mean you don't really like own it. Own means nothing. You own your house, but the government controls it. Because the moment you don't pay taxes, guess what? They're coming to kick you out. You can own your house, but if they consider it eminent domain, you're out of there. So don't fall in love with ownership. Fall in love with control. What do you have control over? In real estate, you have such a thing as owning a property. Then you have another thing called controlling a property. You could have people who technically own the property upside down on their mortgage, and somebody else controls the property. So don't fall in love with owning. When people say, oh, you won't own anything. No, The correct phrase is you won't control anything. You will own some shit, but they will control that which you own. It's called power. So I know y'all get these little catchphrases that run through the internet, like you will own nothing, and you guys hear it and you don't think about it and you repeat it, thinking it sounds good. And it sounds good at first. But before you guys repeat things that sound like fun and catchy online, think about it first. I don't run with whatever fad happens on the internet and people just start using and talking about. I don't. I think about it first. Does that make sense? Mostly because I don't like being I don't like riding waves. I just don't like riding waves. I've always been like that. I'm just an individual. I'm independent. And when I see a bunch of people going a certain way, I'm always like, that's probably not cool. It's corny to me now. If everybody likes it, it's corny. I'm off of it. I was the dude running around like telling people, yo, block this person, block that person. Now everybody want to be like, oh yeah, I block. And now I don't block anymore because it's the cool thing to do now is block. So I don't block anymore. Like I'm on to the next one, right? Like I had it, got mad at it, and I don't want it no more. So like when I see these little trends and these little catchphrases, before I run with them, I study them. Because I don't want to be the next repeater that's passing around garbage to the next person. Now the next person's running around talking about, oh, you will own nothing. When really you need to be saying you will control nothing. Oh, you own that gun, but the government controls it. Some states I think they make you pay a tax on it. Some states you got to have a license. You own it, but they control it. Somebody said, how are the rest of the Hoteps doing? They're doing great, man. Go ask them. Go ask Cannon how he doing. Go ask Uncle Hotep how he doing. Go ask Chad how he doing. Go ask him. Go ask him. Baby Vaso said, I never took crypto seriously because I can never see it gaining widespread acceptance. I don't know if I'm black pilled or ignorant. I live very simplistic. I'm going to put it on your screen again. I wrote a whole blog post on it today. Biden's cryptocurrency executive order. If you don't think this shit's real, you just going to be late to the game. You're going to be late. You can be like, damn, I should have got on crypto years ago and I had a chance. You're just going to be late. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you. I'll answer your questions. You know, if you ask good questions, like Ren had a good question, I'll answer your questions. But I'm not here to convince you of crypto. If you can't look and see Biden's issuing an executive order to have the Treasury, State, Justice, and Homeland Security to issue a report on cryptocurrency, you just gonna have to stay ignorant, dog. You just gonna have to stay ignorant. I can't help you. I can't help you. Oh man. Self-made. He said, for your migraine, LOL, it shows you that mass adoption hasn't happened yet. This kind of a good thing and bullish. You know what? The selfish side of me loves that there's so many idiots in the world that don't know crypto because it means I still have time to accumulate more. It's like, okay, good. I'm still an early adopter. These people still have no idea what's going on. So by the time they get in the game, all they're going to do is just raise the price of what I'm holding and make me really fucking rich for being late, for them being late to the game. So I feel you, bro. It's definitely a good thing that the plebs still don't know about Bitcoin. Just makes sense. Have you ever looked at like the value of Bitcoin? Have you ever looked at the chart? Like I don't do like in-depth chart analysis. Like for example, here, I'll show you something, right? I looked at this stock, right? Here's a little stock tip. This is not financial advice, but it's a stock tip, right? Basically saying you should check this stock out. That's what I mean by stock tip. Okay. Now I looked at the chart on this years ago, I want to say. Here, let's go here. Let's look at it here, right? I'll put this on the screen now. You see this? So this is the chart. Let's go max. Let's do 5 year. I got in somewhere. All right, it's definitely before 17. I don't know. Maybe like, I forget where it was that I got this. It definitely wasn't back here. This is the 2000s. Okay, so this is the boom and then the crash. Right? Boom, 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 boom. I think I got it. Maybe here? I can't remember. I just looked at the chart, right? And I saw the chart going upwards for the previous 5 years. And I said, oh, that's a good buy. So I got it. And this is AMD. Bitcoin runs on AMD. Xbox, PlayStation, they run on AMD chips, okay? Bitcoin runs on AMD chips. It's a good buy. You see the chart. I did well, right? I still hold my stock. I did well, okay? And no, I didn't sell. I don't pay taxes on. I'm not paying capital gains tax. I'll sell when I'm ready to leave the country. And I know how to do my thing. But this is a stock tip I always tell people. Buy AMD. Actually, I do know the price. I want to say the price. I got it. I want to say I got it 25. Anyway, let's do Bitcoin. Let's do Bitcoin. Let's do, actually, no, let's not use them. Let's go here. And we'll pull up the Bitcoin chart. We'll go max. Actually, let's just do 5 year. This don't look like a buy signal to you? This don't look like something you want to own? No? No? You don't want to, you don't want none of this? I guess, you guys don't know how to look at charts. But that looks like something worth buying to me. So hey, you're on your own. You could figure it out. 2% is always inflating until it reaches your price. Doesn't mean the self-custody your assets owner. Oh, you got out of AMD? I learned my lesson when I got out of Netflix too early. Never again. He said, stop telling people about BTC. Yeah, Ethereum chart looks good too. Ethereum chart looks good too. All I'm saying is that the point is this. The point is this. I'm putting on your screen one more time. They got theirs coming. Okay. Central bank digital currency is coming. Okay. They're going to lock you down. This is going to be y'all coin. We going to be in Bitcoin land. Okay. Y'all going to be here with them. The Fed is going to move your money to a place. You know how Ron Paul always says, audit the Fed, audit the Fed. Let me tell you something. You go read this article, Project Hamilton on Motherboard.com. Let me tell you something about this. Because they removed the blockchain right here, Hamilton does not use the blockchain. Means there's no proof of work, right? Right here, will not be able to audit the system. All your little hopes of auditing the Fed about to go out the window. If y'all don't get that shit going right now, y'all never gonna get it. Because they moving to a whole nother system that's private. When they print money, you won't know it. At least now when they print money, they kind of got to tell you because it got to go through the treasury. And they go to the CBDC, they just going to hit a button and that money going to be there. He says CBDC coins are going to have expiration dates. Word. Come on, man. He said, did you see the clip where the Ottawa trucker received AK and Bitcoin? Nah, I didn't see that. Could you imagine receiving AK and Bitcoin? I'll be shitting my pants. I'm trying to tell y'all, you can be late to the game if you want to. All I know is you don't want to adopt cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency is going to adopt you. Okay? You thought they was printing money. Now they're going to mint money and you won't even know it. Just gonna type a number on the computer screen and just hit enter. They won't have to go through the Treasury Department or nothing. They'll be sending money all over the place. You won't know shit. Treasury Department won't know shit. The president won't know shit. You won't know nothing. 2020, stop trolling, yo. I'm so over you. Yeah, send me that tweet. Send me that clip. All right, I'm out of here, man. I've had enough. I thank you for listening. You know, I feel better now that I got a chance to vent. Cause that Ottawa shit was weighing heavy on me. And I had to get that shit off my chest. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, get my book, man. Patriot Report. Go get a copy. You get digital from my website. It's in the description box below. Or go to briansharp.co. Somewhere on this channel, you'll see my website. briansharp.co, briansharp.co. Or go to Amazon, get your physical copy. Renee, you gotta do your push-ups, man. I did mine tonight. Push-ups are done. My chest poking. My chest poking again. I'm getting my weight back since COVID. I already gained 20 pounds back. It's lit. I love you too, Trav. No problem, Liberty and Beer. Appreciate you. Well, thank you for listening, man. I got this shit off my chest. Christian McNair said, love you, HJ. Thank you, bro. I love you too, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. Remember what I said tonight, man. Show compassion. Show compassion for everyone. Show compassion for everyone. All right? No matter what. Unless they're a fucking pedo rapist or some shit like that. Some Ghislaine Maxwell. Those people can burn in hell. But, you know, petty thieves and drug addicts, you know. Remember, be Christ-like. How would Jesus feel about these people? You know, Jesus ran across, you know, some of the disheveled. He had sympathy for them. Jesus was going after the money manipulators. That's what he ran up in the temple like, yo, y'all fucking around with the money. The little petty thief on the side of the street, he showed compassion for. The drug addict on the side of the street, he showed compassion for. But the people inside the temple, oh nah, he was going after them. Be Christ-like. Be Christ-like. People versus the state, man. I love y'all. Hotep and Bill.